Have you ever looked around your home and felt completely overwhelmed by all the stuff you've accumulated over the years? You're not alone. Many seniors face this same challenge: years of memories wrapped up in countless belongings. But here's the truth. Decluttering doesn't have to be a stressful or overwhelming process. In fact, many of the biggest decluttering mistakes can be avoided with the right approach. Today we're diving into the 9 most common mistakes seniors make when decluttering their homes, and most importantly, how to avoid them. Before we get started, if you're looking for helpful advice and tips tailored just for seniors, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. 1. Trying to declutter everything at once. Let's meet Patricia, a retired librarian in her 71st year of life. She had spent decades building a home filled with cherished memories, family photos, children's artwork, and keepsakes from years of travel. When she decided it was time to downsize, she thought she could declutter her entire home in just one weekend. She imagined breezing through each room, sorting items with ease. But by Sunday afternoon, the house looked even messier than before, and Patricia was completely exhausted. Many seniors fall into the same trap, believing that the only way to declutter is to handle it all at once. This approach is unrealistic and overwhelming. Decluttering an entire home in one go is like trying to eat an entire cake in one bite. You're bound to feel sick and discouraged. The key to success is to break it down into manageable steps. Instead of tackling an entire room, start small. Focus on one drawer, one shelf, or one box at a time. When Patricia shifted her approach, she decided to start with a single kitchen drawer. She was amazed at how much easier it was to make progress. By celebrating that small win, she felt motivated to continue the process. Week by week, her home began to feel lighter and more organized. 2. Holding on to sentimental items you'll never use. We all have that collection of sentimental treasures: photo albums, souvenirs, and mementos from years gone by. For Patricia, it was her children's old school projects and her late husband's keepsakes. Each item told a story, making it hard for her to let go. But here's an important realization. Memories don't live in objects, they live in your heart. While it's perfectly okay to keep meaningful items, holding on to everything can become a burden that takes up valuable space and energy. One solution is to create a digital memory collection. Patricia started taking photos of sentimental items before letting them go, like the handmade Mother's Day card from her daughter's preschool years. She kept a few special pieces but released the rest, knowing the memories were preserved in a way that didn't clutter her home. By focusing on what truly brought her joy, Patricia was able to create a home that honored her past without being weighed down by it. 3. Not asking for help. At first, Patricia was determined to handle the decluttering process on her own. She didn't want to inconvenience her children or friends, thinking that asking for help would make her seem incapable. But after weeks of trying to manage everything herself, she found herself stuck and discouraged. One evening, Patricia finally reached out to her son, James. To her surprise, James was more than willing to lend a hand, and so was his wife and a few close friends. Together, they turned the daunting task into an enjoyable afternoon filled with laughter and memories. Not only did they make incredible progress, but they also strengthened their bonds along the way. The takeaway here is clear. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's family, friends, or even a professional organizer, an extra pair of hands can make all the difference. Decluttering doesn't have to be a lonely journey sometimes. It's the shared moments that make the process worthwhile. 4. Keeping items just in case. Raise your hand if you have a drawer full of old phone chargers, random cables, or mismatched buttons just in case you might need them one day. Patricia had an entire box labeled spare items, but the truth was she rarely ever used any of them. Holding on to things just in case often leads to unnecessary clutter. To combat this, create a just-in-case box. Place all the questionable items in it and set a deadline, for example, 6 months. If you haven't used any of the items in that time frame, it's time to let them go. Patricia tried this method and discovered that most of her just-in-case items weren't missed at all. By taking small, intentional steps and avoiding these common mistakes, Patricia transformed her home from a cluttered, chaotic space into a calm, inviting sanctuary. Stay with us as we continue through the rest of the mistakes in the next part. 5. Not having a clear plan for donations or trash. Patricia encountered a familiar problem during her decluttering journey. After sorting through her belongings, she ended up with several piles of items she no longer needed. Her dining room became a holding area for boxes of old clothes, books, and household goods, which only added to her sense of chaos. She wasn't sure where everything should go, or how to get rid of it quickly and responsibly. This is a common mistake that can make the process feel endless. The solution is to have a plan before you even begin. Research local charities, recycling centers, and donation drop-off points ahead of time. Know the pickup days for trash and donations if you need them. Patricia eventually mapped out the best places to take her items and even scheduled donation pickups to make things easier. Having a clear timeline and destination for each pile helped her stay organized and prevented her from second-guessing her decisions. Another helpful tip: set a deadline for when the items need to leave your home. Once you decide to part with something, don't let it linger. Pack it up and get it out the door as soon as possible to avoid slipping back into the "I might need this" mindset. 6. Forgetting to celebrate small wins. In her rush to finish decluttering, Patricia initially overlooked how much progress she had made. She became so focused on the overall goal that she forgot to appreciate the smaller victories along the way. She cleared out an entire closet but moved straight on to the next task without acknowledging her accomplishment. This is a mistake that can lead to burnout and frustration. Decluttering is a journey, not a race. Taking the time to celebrate each step can help maintain your motivation and keep you from feeling overwhelmed. Patricia learned to set small milestones and reward herself for meeting them. For example, after she organized her guest room, she treated herself to her favorite lunch at a local cafe. After tackling the storage bins in her garage, she enjoyed a relaxing evening watching her favorite movie. These simple celebrations reminded her of the progress she was making and helped her stay positive throughout the process. 7. Decluttering without a clear vision. One of the most important lessons Patricia learned was the power of having a clear vision for her home. When she first started, her main motivation was to get rid of clutter, but she hadn't defined what she wanted her space to look and feel like after the process was complete. Decluttering without a vision can make the task feel aimless and overwhelming. It's like taking a road trip without a destination. You're bound to feel lost at some point. When Patricia took a step back and thought about why she was decluttering, everything changed. Her vision was to create a peaceful, welcoming home where her grandchildren could visit and play without tripping over unused furniture and random knickknacks. Having this vision gave her a sense of purpose. She could visualize her cozy, organized living room and picture herself enjoying her morning coffee in a clutter-free space. This clear goal helped guide her decisions, making it easier to determine which items to keep and which to let go. If you're embarking on your own decluttering journey, take a moment to ask yourself, what do I want my home to feel like? Is my goal to create a relaxing retreat, make space for new hobbies, or create a more welcoming space for family and friends? Having a vision can be your guiding light when things get tough. 8. Letting guilt hold you back. Another emotional challenge Patricia faced was the guilt tied to certain possessions. There was a decorative vase from a dear friend that didn't fit her style, a set of fancy dishes she rarely used, and an outdated couch her children insisted she keep because of sentimental value. Patricia felt as though getting rid of these items would be disrespectful or ungrateful. Guilt is a powerful emotion that often prevents people from letting go of things they no longer need. But holding on to something out of obligation doesn't honor the memory or the person who gave it to you. It only adds unnecessary stress. Patricia found peace by practicing gratitude. Instead of keeping the items out of guilt, she took a moment to appreciate the thoughtfulness behind them. She thanked the gift in her heart and then released it. By reframing her mindset, she was able to let go without regret. Remember, letting go of an object doesn't erase the memory or the love associated with it. In fact, it can make space for new memories and experiences. 9. Ignoring emotional preparedness. As Patricia worked through her home, she realized that decluttering wasn't just about sorting through objects, it was an emotional journey. Sorting through decades of memories can bring up waves of nostalgia, joy, and even grief. She didn't anticipate how emotionally draining it could be to make decisions about things connected to loved ones or major life events. One common mistake seniors make is overlooking the emotional impact of decluttering. Patricia found herself getting stuck when she came across her late husband's belongings. She felt overwhelmed by the memories they stirred up and unsure whether she should keep or donate them. To avoid being overwhelmed, it's important to acknowledge the emotional weight of certain items and give yourself permission to feel. Instead of pushing through when she felt drained, Patricia learned to take breaks when necessary. She allowed herself to step away, rest, and return with a clear mind. This helped her stay productive without feeling emotionally exhausted. Another helpful strategy Patricia used was creating a memory box. She chose a small decorative box where she could keep a select few sentimental items that held deep meaning. This way, she preserved important memories without letting them take over her entire home. If you find yourself struggling with emotionally charged items, consider adopting this approach. It allows you to honor your memories while still making space for the life you want to create. The power of decluttering done right. By avoiding these common mistakes, Patricia was able to transform her home into a peaceful, inviting space filled with purpose and joy. Her living room, once cluttered with unused furniture and stacks of old books, became a cozy area where she could host family gatherings and enjoy quiet moments with her grandchildren. Her guest room, previously used as a storage area for forgotten items, was now a comfortable retreat for visitors. Decluttering isn't just about clearing out physical items, it's about reclaiming your space, energy, and peace of mind. Patricia's journey taught her that small steps lead to big changes, and it's never too late to create a home that reflects your current life and values. If you're ready to start your own decluttering journey, remember that you don't have to do it all at once. Take it one drawer, one shelf, or one room at a time. Celebrate your progress, ask for help when needed, and keep your vision for a clutter-free home in mind. Your turn to take action. Now that we've covered the 9 most common decluttering mistakes seniors make, it's time for you to take the first step. What area of your home will you start with? Whether it's your kitchen, a closet, or even a single drawer, begin small and stay consistent. As we wrap up this journey through the 9 most common decluttering mistakes seniors make, let's revisit the key lessons that can turn a daunting task into an empowering process. Decluttering your home is not just about discarding items, it's about creating an environment that supports your well-being, brings you joy, and allows you to live more freely. Embrace your own pace. One of the greatest lessons from Patricia's story is that there is no rush. Taking small, manageable steps can lead to lasting results. Whether you start with a single box of papers or a shelf in your closet, give yourself the grace to move at a pace that feels right for you. Avoid comparing your progress to others. This is your journey, and your home should reflect your unique story. Lean on your support system. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's your children, friends, or even a professional organizer, reaching out can make the process more enjoyable and less overwhelming. Involving loved ones can also strengthen your relationships as you share memories and laughter along the way. Remember, there's no shame in seeking support. Decluttering isn't meant to be a solo burden. Let go with gratitude. When it comes to sentimental items or gifts you feel obligated to keep, adopting an attitude of gratitude can be transformative. Instead of holding on to something out of guilt, take a moment to appreciate the meaning behind it, then let it go with peace of mind. This allows you to honor your past without letting it dictate your present. Stay focused on your vision. A clear vision of what you want your home to look and feel like can act as a guiding light when decisions get tough. Whether you envision a cozy, uncluttered living room where you can read in peace or a guest room ready to welcome loved ones, keeping that image in your mind helps reinforce your purpose and keep you motivated. Celebrate your progress. Decluttering is a marathon, not a sprint, and each small victory deserves recognition. Celebrate every drawer you clear, every bag you donate, and every step forward. Simple rewards like a relaxing tea break, a favorite movie night, or even a walk in the park can boost your motivation and remind you how far you've come. What's next? Your own transformation. As you move forward, remember that your home is more than just a place where you store your belongings. It's a reflection of your life, your values, and your memories. By decluttering, you're not only clearing physical space but also creating emotional and mental freedom. If you're ready to take that first step, start small and set realistic goals. And when the process feels overwhelming, remind yourself of Patricia's story. You have the strength and resilience to create the home you deserve. We want to hear your story. Share your decluttering wins, challenges, and lessons in the comments below. Your journey could inspire someone else who's just starting out. If you haven't already, Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing advice tailored specifically for you. We're here to support you every step of the way as you create a space that feels lighter, brighter, and perfectly aligned with your needs. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Here's to living a simpler, more joyful life one step at a time. See you in the next video.